The 2023 Patriots season is already lost. So who's to blame? Let's start with the main guy, Bill Belichick. This is his mess. Not only does he like to shop for the groceries, as he calls it, but he's also the coach. And Bill Belichick, the coach, was failed by Bill Belichick, the GM, before. Now Belichick, the coach, is failing as well. You look at a guy like Mac Jones. He's the perfect example. When you brought him into the league in his rookie season, he was about middle of the pack when it comes to quarterbacks, about 15th in the league. Now, he's playing well below even what people thought his floor would be. He's easily one of the 3 worst starting quarterbacks in the NFL this season. And that's saying something considering some of the caliber of quarterback that we've seen this year. Belichick's repeated failed drafts have cost him. I mean, let's face it, he's wasted premium picks on guys who have either washed out, gotten cut, or been traded within a couple of years. Almost none of them get second contracts from the Patriots, especially the guys who were drafted with premium selection. This is the year that Bill Belichick really saw everything crash and burn around him. He was able to cover up deficiencies that he made when signing guys like Juju Smith-Schuster for $10 million a year, or letting a guy like Jacoby Myers walk. I mean, if you look at this team, there's just no talent. What do you need to win in the NFL? You either need a godlike quarterback, which we enjoyed here for over 2 decades, or you need good talent. And then, let's face it, they don't have it. If you look at this defense, how many guys do you want on this team going forward? Matthew Judon, Christian Gonzalez, and then, I don't know, maybe Kyle Duggar? Maybe some other guys. You want your Jelani Tavai in the middle of your defense? It's just not worth it. There's no playmakers. And that's not even getting over to the offensive side of the ball, where Ramondre Stevenson, who had a great year last year, has regressed. Hunter Henry's numbers have suffered. Kendrick Bourne is now hurt. The offensive line is just in shambles. There's no real talent, and Belichick has valued guys who he believes are versatile, fit his system, and more importantly, play ball with him. And that's coming home to roost because they haven't found succession plans. I would argue that the apex of the Patriots' talent over the last decade plus came in 2014. They've lost talent ever since then, and they haven't been able to adequately replace them. I mean, who honestly is the Dante Hightower replacement on this defense? The linebacker that can get everybody lined up, can still cover out of the backfield, makes big winning plays in big moments. Juwan Bentley, Jelani Tavai, neither one of them are that. They're great depth guys, but they're not the caliber of Hightower. And that's just one example of how they've fallen off since that 2014 season. All this falls on Belichick. He doesn't pay people. He also doesn't seem to want to bend to the modern game. He doesn't want to adapt. He wants to pretend like it's 1992 and he can still run the ball, play defense, score 13 points on offense max, and get it done. You just can't do that in today's day and age. But it's not just Belichick's fault. Mac Jones is a problem. Now, I get it. 3 different offensive coordinators in your first 3 seasons in the NFL is not a recipe for success, especially when one of them is a defensive guy in Matt Patricia. But let's not ignore Mac Jones' part in all of this. The guy's a baby. He absolutely is. It's so annoying to watch him whine on the sidelines last year. I was very happy when they got Bill O'Brien this offseason because I felt, hey, you know what? At least there will be a little professionalism associated with this offense, and it starts with Mac Jones. He's not going to be whining. He's not going to be pouting. He's not going to be throwing temper tantrums. Instead, what happened? The guy's basically got PTSD from the pass rush. Every single time you watch him drop back, you'll see a bunch of guys, not a bunch of guys, but you will see guys open up on routes. He won't hit any of them because his eyes are looking down at the pass rush. Time and time again, it's why Bill O'Brien ripped him in Germany against the Colts, because he had 3 or 4 guys open in the flat, across the middle on a crossing route. You had him going deep with Hunter Henry, and you hit none of them because you were looking at DeForest Buckner and all these guys rushing you off the edge. And I get it. That takes a lot to unlearn. It's not easy to unlearn some of the tendencies that you've had after a year of getting beaten down and throwing nothing but jump balls under Matt Patricia. But he's not even trying. He's not. I look at passes against the Commanders when he has good pocket protection, and he just lofts it from his back foot and wings it down the field to Jalen Reagor, and it's overthrown by 10 yards. He's not setting his feet. He's not stepping into the ball. He's not delivering it with confidence. Confidence is the name of the game when you're a quarterback. Even when things aren't going well, you have to project this aura of calmness, the fact that you're in control, the confidence that you have to go out and lead your team to a win, no matter how delusional it might be. Mac Jones has none of that right now. He looks like a shattered player out there. He's just completely shot. Wouldn't surprise me at all coming off the bye if Bill Belichick elects to go with Bailey Zappi at quarterback. And frankly, even though Zappi's a lot worse, I can't blame him. Mac has forced his hand with how poorly he's been playing. What does every organization need to be stable at the top? A good coach, a good quarterback, and a good owner. I've hit on the other two. Let's talk about Robert Kraft. The guy does not spend money like other owners. You would think he would with all the winning that he's done, with all the money that he's raked in from owning the Patriots since 1994, but he doesn't. He doesn't at all. Bill Belichick brought it up at the end of last year. What did he say? That the Patriots are 27th in cash spending in recent times? Robert Kraft is sneakily one of the cheapest owners. It's certainly, arguably the cheapest among Boston sports teams. I mean, John Henry gets a lot of guff for not spending, but Robert Kraft just as much so. It shows when how he owns the Revs. It shows how he owns the Patriots. The cap in the NFL is an absolute myth. You can move dollars around if you really want to, but a lot of it means converting it to real money that's going to be paid up front. Kraft doesn't want to do that. Belichick apparently doesn't want to do that. I think it's a give and take. I think both of them are complicit in this, where they don't want to spend actual dollars on guys. They want to either defer it down the road or just try and get away with the cheapest that they can go. Kraft is part of the problem. I also think the other issue, obviously, I advocated for them to fire Bill Belichick in an earlier video. I've been doing it for years. I don't think Kraft wants to do that. I think Kraft knows that he's on not just the back 9, he's on hole 17 or hole 18, and he wants to see if he can ride this thing out until the end with Bill and him trying to get that wins record over Don Shula. Newsflash, Robert, if you want to get the stench of loserdom out of your franchise, you need him gone. You really do. Just some other issues that the Patriots have had recently. I mean, the O-line is absolutely atrocious. You look at all the good teams in the NFL, how they're built. The Eagles, the Niners, the Lions, even the Chiefs to a certain degree. All of them have great offensive lines. The first three teams I've mentioned have monstrous investment in their offensive and defensive lines, and it's really how you build a good football team in this day and age. The star quarterback matters, I get it, but even the Niners are doing stuff with Brock Purdy that you can't with Mac Jones because they can protect him and they surrounded him with a bunch of weapons. And another thing, the Patriots defense was top 10 in scoring last year. They just beat up on a bunch of backup quarterbacks. What you're seeing this year is the real Patriots defense, the one that we've honestly known the past couple of seasons. Whenever they face a good team with a good quarterback, they get shredded. Recent report came out today, at the time of this recording, that Mac Jones has lost the locker room. I don't blame the players whatsoever. He's done nothing to go and inspire confidence in his play, in the team's play, in the offense's play. And that interception against the Colts may have been one of the worst throws I've ever seen from a quarterback at any level. Pop Warner, high school, college, pros, you name it. He underthrew him so badly, the defender had to lunge forward to go and get the ball, let alone the offensive player who was going to walk in for a wide open touchdown if he didn't underthrow him so lethally. Both things can be true. Mac Jones can be a bad quarterback. Bill Belichick can be absolutely cooked as a head coach. And I think for the best interests of the fan base and the organization as a whole, you need to move on from both of them. My name is Jeremy. Thank you again, and we will see you on the next episode of Massholes with Mics. Peace.